Hey Leo, thanks for checking out your weekly forecast for March 15th through the 21st. This is going to be for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you happen to find this video outside of the dates that I mentioned, don't worry. You fell upon it whenever it was meant for you. Keep in mind these are general readings, so not every single message is going to resonate. But take what does and leave the rest. So without further ado, my darlings, let's go ahead and get in here and see what's coming up for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Alrighty, my dears. So, your first card here is the Three of Swords right out the gate. Don't get mad at me. I'm just the messenger, okay? Typically, though, for me, when I see Three of Swords coming up, it's not because something terrible is about to happen. I feel like it's already happened, right? Like a lot of you saw that card and the first thing out of your mouth was been there, done that, right? Like, oh, what else is new, okay? Or like you're like, oh, I'm already going through it. So when this card comes up, it can be frustrating because there can be situations in which we feel betrayed or we feel taken advantage of or lied to or deceived. Now, the thing about you Leos is that you guys are very, very generous and very, very loyal to the people that you care about, right? You guys have this tendency to really want to, go above and beyond for the people that are important to you. And that's important when it comes to this card, because one thing I've noticed about this card, it comes up when like some truth is being revealed to you, when there's about to be a blessing or a positive change in your life, like abundance is going to come in, or your circumstances are going to change to where you're going to have more than enough and you're going to be wanting to help other people. You're going to be wanting to give to other people. And so what happens is, God, angels, universe, your guides step up to reveal to you who is not meant to go on that journey with you. Like the blessing is coming in and something will happen to shed light and show you where the snakes in the grass are, so to speak, right? Like here are the people that don't deserve your kindness, or here are the people who you're making sacrifices for, right? But they don't really have your back. So even though it can sting, it's happening to show you who's not meant to go with you on the rest of your journey. Who's not meant to benefit and sit at the table that you're setting, right? That you're creating. And another thing I've noticed about this card, it always makes me think of like when I used to teach preschool, the little babies would be running around on the yard, and one of them fall and hurt their knee, and they're screaming and they're crying, and it's real. They're not pretending. Like the fall scared them. They're in pain. They're crying, but you give them an ice pack or a band-aid, you give them a hug, and like a minute later they're completely better and they're running off and they're a T-Rex again or a superhero again or like whatever. Like they're over it. So it can be really intense, but it doesn't last very long. Okay. So for some of you, this could even be, you might be feeling really pulled by the moon energy as we're coming into new moon and full moon cycle. You may be going through a really significant release of letting go past pains or resentments that have kept you from opening up or allowing new experiences to come in, okay? So for some of you, there's an element of release as well. The next card here, my dears, is the Eight of Swords, right? So the Eight of Swords can indicate that some of you have been feeling kind of stuck or trapped in a situation, right? And I feel that some of you feel stuck or trapped out of a misplaced sense of loyalty. And that's why the Three of Swords is happening, so that you can get unstuck. You can release yourself from the situation and you can move forward. Overall, the Eight of Swords is going to be a card that comes up when, the message that's coming in for us is that the situation isn't as bad as we think it is in our head. It's actually not as bad as we're thinking. Because even if you look at this card, that little cloth is not around her so tight. She can really easily wiggle her way out of that. Once her hands are free, she can push off that blindfold and she'll see that there's plenty of space here in front of her, right? She's not blocked. She's not trapped. Heck, she could even pull a couple of those swords out of the ground and take them with her for the journey and have tools or protection. Okay, so the situation's not as bad as you think. I feel like some of you with this challenge are being given an opportunity that you might not be seeing, you know, so you can always ask for help. Help me to see the opportunity here. Help me to see the path here. Overall, the message for me with the Eight of Swords is that there's nothing worse than staying in a situation where you are. You might be afraid to take steps moving forward, but staying in that situation makes you more of a sitting duck, right? Not being aware, not being alert, staying stuck. You know, it's kind of like you don't want to be in a situation where you're too surrendered, right? You don't want to be in a situation where you're leaving yourself too vulnerable. Okay, some truth is being revealed to you, and even though it might sting, and even though you might not want to have to move forward, if you stay in the situation, it's only going to allow for more hurt to happen or more disappointment to happen. Okay, when I see the Eight of Swords, for me, the message there is that there's nothing worse than standing still. So even though it can be scary to revise your plan or go forward and have to leave somebody out of the plan or leave somebody behind you, or look into a new situation, it is better for you to move forward. Okay, I feel some of you are feeling very hurt in terms of a work situation in which you're realizing that you've kind of put a lot of time, a lot of sacrifice into a situation where you realize that you're kind of being held down, like you're jumping through the hoops and you're proving yourself, but you're kind of feeling like you're being pigeonholed in a situation. So maybe some of you have put a lot of time into this career, into this place, and it's scary for you to think about having to move on, but understand and know this is happening to open the door to a bigger blessing for you. The next card here, my dears, is the Ace of Pentacles. Is that confirmation or what? Ace of Pentacles is going to be a card about new energy coming in, new offers coming in. A lot of the times it can even indicate that you're coming into a better quality of life, a higher standard of living, an income that's in a higher bracket than what you're used to earning or making. But more importantly than that, okay, this is about a higher energy in general. This is upgrading your energy. This is upgrading your vibe. This is upgrading your frequency. Okay, and when I see the Ace of Pentacles, for me in my readings, it has a special meaning. I see this come up a lot of the times for people who are they're breaking out of what some people refer to as generational curses. They're breaking out of generational curses. They're breaking out of inherited lower vibrational frequencies or inherited lower vibrational energies. Okay, because the same way that we inherit the color of our eyes, or our height, or our body shape, or our hair, the same way that we inherit those things physically, we also inherit energy. Okay, we inherit a spiritual DNA, right? And so many of you are coming into like this evolution. Okay, like you're evolving, and you're clearing out some of these things that you inherited, where you're breaking a cycle or breaking a pattern. Okay, I feel that some of you are very sad, Leo, because an opportunity is coming in, and as you're reaching for it, as you're accepting it, you're beginning to see the people around you that maybe kind of have sabotaged you in the past. Like, you've had this cycle before. Maybe you've had good jobs, or you've been moving towards independence, and then the people in your life encouraged you or convinced you that it wasn't good for you, and you should quit, and you should give it up, and you should let it go. And so you would, because people are telling you it's not for you, or it's not good, or it's not worth it. And now your eyes are open to, you're seeing, wait a minute, no, this is good for me, but they're telling me not to do it because they want to hold on to me. They want to keep me down. They don't want me to have independence, or they don't want me to have a certain level of success. And so For some of you, there's some sadness in that way. Understand, Leo, that if you're one of the Leos that you're in that situation where you're like, wow, this person's really trying to hold me down or keep me back. I know it's hurtful. I know it stings. I know you might feel betrayed by it. But this person or these people, they're doing it because they need you. And there's like this level of insecurity, right? Like they're scared to let you get too big. They're scared to let you advance because then they fear that they're never going to see you again, right? And they benefit from you. So they don't want to see you just up and go or up and leave, right? Now, it's messed up that they might be going through a way of like causing you to doubt yourself or causing you to not accept opportunities or to like keep you held back. But at the same time, you know, take it with a grain of salt. Know that it's messed up, but it's coming from a place of them caring about you. That doesn't mean that you have to put up with it. That doesn't make it okay by any means. But sometimes it can be less hurtful when we realize why somebody is doing something or why somebody is behaving a certain way. It doesn't mean that it excuses it. It doesn't mean that we have to tolerate it. In fact, you're being encouraged to move forward. But it can kind of help with the healing process when we understand where they're coming from. The next card here, my dears, is the Queen of Pentacles. And this is very much a card about security and dependence, okay? Some of you are preparing to leave a living arrangement and you're manifesting something of your own, okay? Sometimes the Queen of Pentacles in my readings could even indicate acquiring a property or purchasing a property, or you're beginning to enter into a realization that this is possible for you. Maybe in the past you thought, oh, there's no way that that could happen. I could never buy a house or I could never own property. But now that circumstances are changing and you're releasing the things that have been holding you back and the blessing is coming in, the finance is coming in or the possibility is coming in. And so you're able to manifest this now. I also feel with the Queen of Pentacles that for many of you, because of these cards here, you might be new on this path of manifesting this. Like you might just be in the stage of where the limited belief is leaving you and you're realizing that it's time to move on or move in a new direction. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles comes up to say that whatever we're trying to manifest, whether it's property or not, whatever, it could be love, it could be a new job, the way that we're going to really be able to manifest and the way that we're going to be able to really feel empowered in the situation is by having physical sanctuary for ourselves. Okay, so carving out a space where you can go and relax, where you can go and unwind at the end of the day, where you can just kind of shut everybody and everything out. That can be difficult because you might be in a space where you're sharing with other people. So you might have to create that boundary differently. Like it might be like, just, walking around with your earbuds in your ear, listening to your music, right? You're going to sit down and eat your dinner by yourself, but with people around you, but you have your earbuds in or whatever, like to create that sense of like distance, to create that sense of space. Okay. And to make sure that you're taking care of your physical needs. Some of you have been really in your feelings. Some of you are really like praying, meditating, visualizing, vision boarding, trying to manifest, doing affirmations. And all that is wonderful and all that is good, but you also need to be in the physical space. You can't manifest if you're not grounded. You can't manifest if you're not in your body. And so a lot of the times for me, Queen of Pentacles is a call for you to come back to your body, okay? And so you can do this by creating a comfortable atmosphere for yourself, taking care of your physical needs, and making sure that you're getting enough rest, good food, enjoyable experiences, things that are going to be comforting physically. Okay, this is going to be a big part in your clearing process. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than others. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you want to go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. Those of you looking for more love and romance kind of stuff, the love readings I do separately on this channel, but they're linked in the description, so feel free to check out the love messages as well, those of you looking for love and romance. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Take care, my dears.